Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, mono black, but not really. So you might already see it in this deck because it kind of pops right out. But this is a mono black deck, the mono black control deck that I slotted into Disdainful Stroke. You know what? When I find loose, or the mono black deck loose most to is Atraxa. Also kind of lose to the blue-white control deck that goes really super heavy over the top, and we don't get the proper draws. Against that deck, I have no idea how to beat. But against at least Atraxa, we put in 2 Disdainful Stroke that will catch them entirely off guard, and then counter their spell. Guess what? Counter their Atraxa and they lose. Alright, so that's the idea of the deck. The whole deck is basically the old mono black shell, but I slotted in to Disdainful Stroke, and I took out 2 top end cards. I think I took out a Gix command, and I also took out an Invasion of Fiora. No, I took out a Corrupt. So that's kind of how the deck is gonna run. And if you think about today's metagame, it's these kind of domain Atraxa decks, and then there are these super aggro decks, and then they have the counterspell heavy control decks. Now, against counterspell heavy control decks, we got Mire. That should be able to stop them to some extent. Against aggro decks, we have 2 Cut Down, which kills their early game creatures. We got 2 March of Wretched Sorrow to gain life out of mono red burn. And then we got, Gix, Command, and Invasion of Fiora to kind of really wipe the big board. Against the mid-rangey kind of deck, we got tons and tons of removal. And we also have 3 Phyrexian Arena to card draw ourselves out of a bad situation. That's kind of the idea of the deck. I want to see whether or not I can come all together and work synergized. Let's look at the whole deck list. So in the early game, like I said, we have 2 Cut Down and 2 March of Wretched Sorrow. I don't think March is an early game card, but then against aggro, you can definitely pitch a card from your hand to deal 2 extra damage and gain 2 life. That's very good because against aggro, our card draw in the late game is going to hit better than their card draw in the late game. So it doesn't matter. It's not about card advantage. It's about whether or not we can stay alive long enough. March is also pretty good against Planeswalkers because we can deal damage to them so that we don't get, pick off a guard with Liliana or Kaito or something like that. Then in the 2-drop, we got 2 Disdainful Stroke, the only blue spell in the whole deck, just 2 Disdainful Stroke. And then we have 3 Life of Toshiro Mizawa, 3 Sheoldred's Edict, and 4 Tenacious Underdog. Then on the 3-drop, we got 4 Graveyard Trespasser, 3 Hero's Downfall, 2 Liliana, and 3 Phyrexian Arena. Pretty much the same as the mono black deck that I was using before, because I think it synergizes pretty well in most matchup. But against Atraxa, we're kind of just waiting to die, right? So this is why the Disdainful Stroke is there. And then we have 4 Sheoldred, of course, mono black top off as Sheoldred, and then we have 2 Gix command to maybe bring back our Sheoldred, maybe wipe the board, maybe get lifelink. And then we have 2 Invasion of Fiora, just for that big board wipe. If we're playing against enchantment, it's probably going to be necessary. If you look at the land base, we got 24 lands. A little bit lighter on the lands. 11 Swamp, 1 Island. Just 1 island because we can get it out of with the Field of Ruin. We have 1 Takenuma. No Ottawara, for obvious reasons. 4 Dark Slick Shores, 4 Shipwreck Marsh, just to get that blue mana. You're not really going to catch your opponent entirely off guard, because we're going to have to play these blue lands. But we can also play the blue lands to make our opponent think that we are a Demir deck, which in fact we're not. We're mostly mono black. And then we have 2 Mirics. So again, like I said, I'd like to switch it up because the meta is getting stale. So this is a new deck that it's mono black, but not really. Let's see whether or not it can do its thing. Alright, let's go to the standard ranked, and hopefully we don't rank directly down. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. We're fighting against Enigma. Looks like a counterspell deck. We're gonna go first, that's a first. We also have a pretty good hand. I saw the 2 lands and I saw the Tenacious Underdog, so I didn't even see the rest of the hand. The rest of the hand is actually not that bad. I'm still kind of scared though. So we have 2 lands. We need to definitely draw 2 more for the game to actually go. I don't know if I would draw 2 more lands, but our opponent milled to 5. That's interesting. I already said hi. So they are enchantments? If they are enchantments, I don't want to put out the Tenacious Underdog because it'll just die. Yeah. Or I don't mind if it dies. What I'm afraid of is an ossification, because then they'll exile it, and I'll just lose that whole underdog. This is perfect for us. Sacrifice a non-token creature. Now, I use Sheoldred's Edict to get more mana efficient, because what I can do now is add a black mana, and I can play my underdog. And if they want to ossify, I can cut the underdog down. I don't like to, but I can. I also have a cut down against whatever else they play, so I can kind of hold up the spells a little bit better. Spirit of Companion is fine, not an ossification. They do draw the land. It's a Boseiju. Commune with Spirit. Alright. What are they going to commune into? A land. So they're short on lands, which I kind of do see coming. Now, do I want to kill the Spirit Companion? No. Alright, rewarded for not killing the Spirit Companion. I was thinking about, like, you know, if they played the Audacity, I can kill it, they lose 2 cards, but I got rewarded for drawing a card that basically stops the Companion anyways. We don't draw our 4th land though, so that's not great. That's why the cut down is there. You gotta play your planes, right? Yeah, there you go. Michiko. Onto nothing. Very nice. Let's gain that 2 life. Alright, do we want to lose that 2 life? Will he have another ossification in his hand? Right away? Oh, I guess we'll find out. We're gonna have a pretty big Sheoldred here. Might just get ossified anyways. I mean, Sheoldred, if it gets ossified, it gets ossified. There's nothing saving it. Oh, it doesn't get ossified, so we're about to have a good run at this. I'm not gonna play the underdog here, even though it looks to be a good play. I want to keep up the counterspell, because if he has the big thing, I forgot what it's called, but basically whenever he plays an enchantment and gets a spirit, that card would wreck this deck. So against enchantments, it's really about their draws, not our draws. If our opponent's getting worse draws, we're gonna win. Alright, so let's cut that down. They're gonna draw a card in response? Okay. You draw a card in response. Take 2 life, and then you die. There you go. GG. Alright, we beat enchantments. My most hated deck, and we beat it. I'm happy. Doesn't matter if we lose to it again. We beat it once. It's all about the starting play, right? So yeah, that's all I wanted to do. I hate that deck so much, and I think mono black is probably the best mono color to play in today's metagame because it's more consistent. Mono blue is not consistent at all. Mono green's not a thing. Mono red is, well, you could definitely play mono red, but don't do that because people will hate you. And then mono white is not a thing because people just play blue white, even for soldiers. We're gonna go first. We got 2 Edict into 2 commands, but we do have 3 lands, so I have to keep this hand. Alright, they're also black, which is not good for us. Not the deck is not good against them, but our hand is not great. It just keeps getting worse. Okay. That's at least a thing that we can solve. Alright, now we can get a lot of card draw. Probably a Sheoldred's coming on our head. There it is. Ow. Let's get rid of that first. We'll draw our next card. Don't take unnecessary damage if we don't have to. No reason to play a Murex here. We cannot activate it. Liliana.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win. We all have things we'd rather forget.
Oh, I like all these cards so much, but I guess Invasion can go. Also, Liliana's not great for him because I get to play I get to draw 2 cards a turn. So, do we just blitz our underdog here? +2/+2. Kill the Liliana.
I'll be back with friends.
I mean, probably you'll be back, but I already have friends. Oh, Phyrexian Arena is so good. Sheoldred is pretty good against us, because we're going to have to take a lot of damage. Oh, maybe not. And we draw. We get our own Liliana. And we'll gain a life. And then we'll put a Trespasser out. Exile their Sheoldred. They'll have to Sheoldred Edict us, which will take up their 2 mana. Yeah, it'll take up their 2 mana, so they'll be down to 4 at max. And we can at least solve that. That's not a good card for them to play, which is good for us. I think it's GG. G to the G. Because good old Liliana is just going to make them sacrifice a creature.
Enough with the mysteries. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Let's take that out of circulation. And then we got a Murex activation. We got 2 Gix command in our hand. Everything's looking up pretty good. But yeah, it is basically what Mono Black's doing. What would you like to do? Attack Liliana? Because I got a memory here that's more than happy to block you. Draw a card. I don't get our Sheoldred though. They do get a land. Ah, go for the throw. And an Infernal Grasp. Well, what do you know? We draw 2 cards. Make them discard their last card.
I'm tired of your secrets.
What was that? Corrupt. Okay, we could have almost died. Here's our Sheoldred. I think our opponent's gonna quit. I don't know why I kept 2 Murex untapped. I guess that's good. It's gonna take out our underdog. We haven't really blitzed our underdog, other than the first blitz to kill their Liliana. We got another underdog? Okay. And we got a Hero's Downfall. Gain a lot of life. I don't really need to make him discard a card, so we're just gonna Gix command him. Alright, you sacrifice a creature, and I want some lifelink. Is that GG? I think that's lethal. Oh no, I'm 1 off. Okay, is it mislethal? Could I have played the underdog somehow? I don't think so. Anyways, I don't think I'm gonna play my underdog out. I can hold up the Hero's Downfall. So yeah. And if he blitz out the underdog, he dies. So we'll see what happens. Good game. A curtain? Well, you don't say. No. Don't look at my hand. Ha! Denied. Denied everything. Well, mono black does mono black things, right? We barely ever had the blue mana to do anything because this is mono black. Like I said, the only 2 blue mana spells that we have is the Disdainful Stroke. And I specifically picked Disdainful Stroke because it can counter Breach the Multiverse, it can also counter Atraxa, it can counter Atali, it can counter Sheoldred. It can counter a lot of big spells, so that's why it's there. Our next opponent is Kamalaman. Kamalman? Alright, we're gonna go first a lot, which is nice, but we definitely need to draw that 3rd land. Let's play a Shipwreck Marsh and pretend we're at the Mire again. Please don't be a burn deck. I'm okay if they play a 1 life creature. Yeah, perfect for us, actually. Life. Minus. There we go. Now what are you going to do here? Thalia? Into a life? They wouldn't do that. The difference going first and going second makes Magic is insane. Anyways, they got a Plaza. They want to do something with it. They have red. They do play their Thalia into a life. You realize that this only happens this turn, right? Okay. Opponent is... Opponent. You want to play another Thalia? Turn 3 Thalia doesn't hurt as much as turn 2 Thalia. See, if we didn't have life, we could not have answered Thalia in any way. Adeline? Not fun. I don't want to play a turn 4 remove Adeline, so I'm just going to play a bigger thing. Sigarda, okay. Still not lethal. Well, not lethal. It's still not going to kill my creatures. Alright, it was fun. So, what can I do? I can Sheoldred's Edict him, and then downfall the other creature. If I wanted to do that. If I attack, would he double block? Interesting proposal here. Not even a single block. Alright, you sacrifice a non-token creature. Oh, you want your Sigarda? None of that either. Do it before they get protection on their turn. They're a green deck. They definitely would have protection. I have 2 creatures that are none. And their Plaza Heroes untaps. Adeline. Hopeful Initiate. Okay, so what we can do is just Gix Command. Destroy all creature with power 2 or less, which is his old board. But it also kills the memory, which I don't like to do. Maybe I attack first. See how he blocks. Okay. Didn't want to play that out because we had the beatdown held steadily. If that made sense. Did that make any sense? Anyways, winning is fun. Alright, your creature can attack your opponent or their planeswalker. When you click up, I can't read the rest. Let's go, Juzo. Juzo? Is that the name? Why is your name not capitalized? See, we gotta go first a lot with this deck, which I am not familiar with at all. Dark Slick Shores. Swamp? Dark Slick Shores. You gotta play a creature there? Underdog. Ugh. I mean, I can make him sack it. He can't blitz it out next turn, right?
Those who get in my way tend to regret.
Yeah, going first has these kind of oppressive plays where now we have Liliana. They have 3 mana they can't do anything with. They might have a removal, to be fair. What do we drop? Do we drop our Sheoldred? I mean, playing a Sheoldred into a removal is probably not smart. Sheoldred's really good. Life is less good against this deck. Path to Peril. Alright, we'll just pass turn. See what happens. See, that was his whole turn. To do nothing. Let's bring out the Apocalypse. Do I want to do one more? I will do one more. I'll drop the Shipwreck Marsh.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Maybe they'll play their Sheoldred. Oh, there goes our hero's downfall. Is he gonna block? He does block. Okay. Free card for us, basically.
I'm tired of your secrets.
He has a lot of cut downs. That's not really useful. Against their mono black, we do need to draw our arena, though. Not drawing our arena is probably going to cause us the game. They have more card draws than us. What are they going to do? Chapter 5? Or Chapter 5? Chapter 3? They definitely wouldn't do Chapter 1. I don't think it's that good. Chapter 2 may be good, but he put himself way far behind with Chapter 2. He does do Chapter 2. Okay. So he's going to search for removal, like go for the throw. He's got 1 mana. What can he search for? Maybe another Cruelty? Is that even good? Sheoldred's Edict to get rid of Liliana? Maybe. He's really looking through his deck. Yeah, we didn't get any card draw. Liliana is kind of a double-edged sword in that you have to discard your own cards. Not that any of the cards I discarded would matter too much. Life isn't going to matter too much. Shipwreck Marsh isn't going to matter too much. The Duress kind of hurt. But hey, it also is a card in his hand, so it was 1 for 1. I can't even Hero's Downfall. Or I can't even plus my Liliana to make him discard it. This is awful draw. But his Tenacious Underdog can't kill Liliana at 4. He wants my Sheoldred? What if I have cards to exile my graveyard? Takenuma. He played it. He could get his Sheoldred back. I guess he thinks it doesn't have that many turns. He plays his other Sheoldred. I guess that's what you look for. Sacrifice a creature or planeswalker. Sacrifice a non-token creature. Ah, it's wrong. Good. I did it too fast. Should have killed this Sheoldred, because if I attack, the other Sheoldred has to block. Oh boy. Alright, that was a shame scoop, so I'm just gonna leave. I don't know why I targeted that Sheoldred. It should have been this Sheoldred. Kind of salty by the draws, I guess, but the Shuffler definitely incentivizes mono black. Our opponent was also mono black, so they got their good draws too. And we were just playing off whoever has a better draw, and unfortunately I was clicking too fast. Infusion cap. But yeah, if I killed the other Sheoldred, I would have attacked, he has to block, and then there's nothing else he could do. He could seal, well, I was draw a swamp anyway, so we would have had to play a longer game. I'm going to keep this hand. 4 swamp isn't nice, but the removal cards are okay. Recruitment officer going first. There goes any chance we have of winning. It's probably just going to play Thalia, right? Veteran. Interesting. Okay. Do I want to march the veteran? I had to do it there. I'm too far behind as it is. Always Thalia into life. Some people can't play this game at all. Well, I'm not gonna win anyways. I've only drawn land so far. And you sacrifice a creature. Coward? What was that? Alright, see, this is why I said nobody plays mono white, because only these kind of cowards are playing it. And I had only swamps. They didn't even want to play that hand out. That was, yeah. If you see this video, you should be embarrassed of yourself. That was an awful, awful play. Play a mural, quit right away. Ascara 88. Can we still go first, please? Come on. Come on. Yes, thank you. Alright, yeah, fine. Going first is going first. Are they aggro? They are enchantment aggro. Enchantment aggro is fine. Cut down will still hit something. Like I said, cut down will still hit something. Alright. You like card draws? I like card draws. Calyx. Actually can't kill Calyx. It's a 3/3. I drew 2 cards, and 2 of those cards are the exact same card, so I guess it's time to lose. I don't know what else to say. Unless he somehow has no ossification. I hate this deck so much. Weaver. It's gonna be a 4. He attacks. If he attacks, he gets to copy target non-legendary enchantment. That is a non-legendary enchantment, so I have to block it. When I finally draw... No. And also no. Alright.
You're telling me I always hated crowds.
At least with Calyx attacking Liliana here, he doesn't get to copy anything. But, jeez. Jeez Louise. I gotta say, this has not been fun. We drew 4 cards and none of those were lands. Unlike that last game where every card we drew were land.
You knew this was a waste of time.
Okay. How many cards is that? We drew 15 cards so far. We got 3 lands. That's 1/5. So that means that we have 50 cards. We have 10 lands in the deck. We have 60 cards, so that would be 12 lands in the deck. That is not the correct ratio. So yeah, this game is lost by the Shuffler. Thanks. Shuffler does incentivize the mono black deck for sure. But don't forget, Shuffler also way more incentivizes this dumbass deck. The enchantment deck. Oh yeah, they really want you to play that deck. Because it doesn't take any skills. It just, hey, you just curve out and get lucky. Right? So that's what they want Magic players to be. That's the one type of people they can make the most money from. So it's unfortunate. But that is how Magic is turned into. So let's try again. To show only instant cards in deck builder, something, something, something. That's the same hint we see 1,000 times. How about some new hint? Like, don't play enchantments and don't play mono red. Hazard 17. There goes our going first luck. Alright, well, we'll go second. We got 2 swamps into a cut down, into an Invasion of Fiora. I have 3 lands. Maybe these are the only 3 lands we're going to draw the whole game, or after this, we're only going to draw land. It's either one or the other. So, if we have a cut down. We can play off this hand. C-Core, so that deck has protection, right? Let's kill the Skrull before he can protect it. Okay. Slaughter Singer. Interesting. Here is someone who's very tenacious, but really can't win us any games. Alright, so Disdainful Stroke is a dead card against this deck. The top end, I think, is a 3-drop. He's really thinking about what to play. Just attack me. Attack me with your Slaughter Singer. That's the right thing to do. Come on, be on the right side of history here. And attack me with your Slaughter Singer without doing anything else. Please? Please? You jerk. Alright, we're taking... Is it 2 toxic? I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
No
Go away.
instructions. Let's make this quick. Off you go.
Jawbone Duelist. Can't stop that, so... Let's eat some cards. This card is useless.
Don't overthink things.
Why should he discards a 4-mana card? Not a 4-mana card. Slaughter Singer. +1/+1. Guess we trade. But hey, trading's not that bad. So, I could play. I can make him sacrifice a Slaughter Singer. I can make him discard a card. Do I discard my Shipwreck Marsh? Do I discard Invasion? Will the Invasion actually hit? All those and more on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
You failed to entertain me, but one of your friends has to leave.
Do I need to gain more life? I can't blitz out the underdog, so no reason to play that out. Let's take this out. That's the scariest card. They draw their third land, and then they play another Jawbone Duelist, and then they play their Skrell. We draw our 8th land here. So the Jawbone Duelist can probably get to us, right? We're at 2, so we can't pump. Did I wipe the whole board? That gets rid of my Graveyard Trespasser that's on board as a blocker. He's got 1 card left. The Skrell is annoying. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, I can blitz? Wow, I didn't know I can blitz out. That's interesting. Let's blitz. Did not know I can blitz out the underdog like that. My Phyrexian Arena. It might be okay. Maybe he'll play more onto the board. See, if he taps his Skrell to get the Jawbone Duelist through, it doesn't kill me, but it does tap out his Skrell so that I can remove the Duelist. I think he sees that. I mean, he might still do it. Also, the Tenacious Underdog lied to me. It's set 4, so I thought I would have 2 mana up, but it was not 4. Alright, he's going to get it through. We're going to get 4 Toxic, go to 6. That's a lot. That's a lot off 1 attack. Loaded Contaminator, good. He does get more onto the board here. So, I can just wipe the board like this. I do want to get the attack in to gain 1 life, right? Because I'm going to blow up the board anyways. Couldn't trick him. That's fine. Both. Alright, he's got 2 cards, 3 lands. He drops a land. He drops a Jawbone Duelist. That's a pretty good drop. Will kill me. I also draw a pretty good card. Pretty good answer to the Jawbone Duelist, to be honest. No protection is going to help the sacrifice.
Sacrifices must be made.
Let me draw 2 cards here. I draw 2 cards either way, with blitzing the underdog or with the Phyrexian Arena, but this is more mana efficient. Or actually, no, more card efficient, less mana efficient, because next turn I can still blitz out the underdog, but the arena is already on board. They can remove the arena, maybe. But that is an entire turn that they fall behind on. And they give me an island. I mean, I guess. Come on. Discard your last card. What is it? It's Tymar Stand! No stand for you. We'll eventually get Marchesa out. Alright, this is also good. If they have a Jawbone Duelist and he somehow taps the C chord, we can kill it. Venerator Rock Priest. That's interesting, because we can also kill that. Did we just kill that?
The others can use isn't how things.
Yeah, let's get that out of here.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
We get a Marchesa. What does Marchesa do again? Menace and remove all counter from 1 permanent. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you haven't been dealt combat damage, I draw a card and lose a life. Sweet. Let's gain some life. And end turn. We also draw a card and we hold up Hero's Downfall. And Edict. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so we can get through basically anything they draw. That's pretty much GG. Is it gonna explode? There it is. GG. I mean, they were playing off 3 lands, but that deck only runs like 20 lands, so 3 lands should be what they need to kill me, but they couldn't do it because all the removal that we had. And Invasion of Fiora. That's definitely what got us the game. We got to invade... Is it Fiora? The board wipe. Alright, let's talk about the deck, shall we? I think the mono black deck is pretty good. We didn't actually get to Disdainful Stroke anything, which, I mean, I didn't think it would be that often, but definitely if you play it out, you'll get to catch someone with a Disdainful Stroke. Maybe a Sheoldred, even countering a Sheoldred feels great. But the Disdainful Stroke's not a bad card. And the fact that we slot in blue into the mana into the mana weave, whatever it's called, whatever. The fact that we have blue in the mana means that our opponent's always thinking about whether or not there's a counterspell. Even though we don't have any, it's just that thought process make them play suboptimally, and that can get us some games sometimes. Alright, but of course, if the shuffler doesn't want you to win, you don't get to win anyways. Those are the games that you will see happen pretty often in Arena, but it's pretty fun. Right? The Invasion of Fiora is a great card. It's just topping off at the end and making sure that we kill our opponent's creatures all in one board wipe, just like Blood on the Snow back in the days. It has been fun. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.